Hey guys, welcome back to another video here from the 2023 Mama Fall Fest. The vehicle behind me is an all-new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Sport, which is one step below the top trim level in the lineup and the first one to get the larger 2.5 liter four-cylinder. So in this video, we're just going to take a walk around tour, see what this trim level has to offer for the low $32,000 price tag. So the vehicle in front of us is finished in the Sapphire Blue metallic exterior with the two-tone gray and gold accented cloth interior. Now the sport trim in the lineup, like I mentioned, is the first or the entry-level trim to get the larger 2.5 liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder boxer engine. So if you're looking for just a little bit more output in terms of the Crosstrek lineup, the sport will be the entry-level trim for that, as well as you do get the unique gold accents here on the outside, as well as the inside, which do contrast against this kind of darker blue metallic paint quite a bit. Now, like I said, this is an all-new model for 2024. So up front, you will find the new front fascia for the Crosstrek lineup with your adaptive steering, LED projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, and turn signals in that upper housing right there. And you do have fog lights down below on the front bumper, which is a very nice touch. You can see you do have a lot of the textured gray plastic trim that wraps around the side of the vehicle as well, in addition to these gold accents, which do have quite a bit of metallic flake in them. Kind of see that in the shade there, but overall it does stand out quite a bit here with those two bright colors on the outside. And of course here you do have the chrome accented Subaru logo with some minor gloss black trim on either side. Now coming around to the side of the Crosstrek, you will find more of that textured black trim, like I mentioned, that does match the front bumper with the integrated vents a little bit farther back on the front fenders, I assume to help with airflow and overall aerodynamics. Coming to the wheels and tires, these are going to be the sport wheel that you do get finished in the dark gray metallic as well. They're going to be 225/55 18-inch Falcon Zyx ZE001A all-season tires, so I know that is a little bit of a handful, but a nice high-quality all-season. There you can see that fender vent that I was talking about to help with overall aerodynamics. You get a nice sport badge on the two front doors just below the rear view mirrors. More of that gold accent trim on the lower door section there. The mirrors are going to be finished in the gloss black. You do have LED turn signal integration. They do not have puddle lights or cameras, but they are going to be heated and do have blind spot detection that are located on the inside of the mirror there. Coming to the door handles, they're going to have the proximity touch type entry on the front too. And here from the side, you can see the cross rails up top to go with the overall adventurous and outdoorsy vibe of this vehicle, as well as the tinted rear glass for the rear seat occupants. Now back, unfortunately, you do not have LED lighting, so you do get the incandescent taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights all in that upper portion right there. More gold accents here on the corners of the rear bumper, along with your red reflectors. There's a little bit of diffuser styling on the center of the rear bumper there. Rear backup camera, Subaru logo embossed kind of in that gloss black trim piece, and there's your Crosstrek Sport badge here on the passenger side of the tailgate. So as a whole, very cool looking exterior. Really glad I got to see this color combination here at this event because it's certainly one you might not be overly too popular at your local dealership, but hey, I might be wrong on that, and it might be a very popular one that people do like to choose at their local Subaru dealership. So with all that information in mind, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped, and then we'll jump onto the interior. Now take a quick look at the window sticker. The Crosstrek Sport comes very nicely equipped, kind of in the middle of the trim lineup for this vehicle. It is the first trim to get the larger 2.5 liter Subaru boxer engine, like I mentioned earlier. You get a lot of nice amenities as standard on this trim or even every Crosstrek. This one does have one additional option package, 22 to be exact, for $1,920. Includes blind spot detection with rear cross traffic, power sunroof, as well as a 10-way power driver seat with 2-way power lumbar, which brings the total MSRP on this vehicle to $32,210, including destination. So take a look on the interior. Like I mentioned, this is the two-tone interior option with the gray and gold accented cloth interior. Now starting out here on the door panel, you'll find a large portion of soft touch materials with the gold accent stitching on this. And you have the leatherette type material here on the door armrest, just I assume for a little bit more durability. Some textured faux carbon trim up there around the door handles. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with the auto front two windows, and a good amount of door storage, including a large bottle slot right there. Coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be a power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. There's the lighter gray gold accented cloth on the outsides that looks very nice and stands out from much of the competition. So here on the inside of the Crosstrek, like I mentioned, this is an all new generation, so you will find some updated technology for the infotainment system, updated design, and a few new features. In front of the driver, you find the mostly analog gauge cluster with your tachometer on the left, speedometer on the right, and a couple other gauges inside of those as well. In the center, you have a small monochromatic display, which does display your gear shift, your odometer, trip information, MPG, ambient outside temperature, the current time, as well as some of the Subaru safety systems. And you do control that here on the left side of the steering wheel, kind of scrolling through that upper portion right there. Coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be a leather wrap with the gold accent stitch in the middle and kind of some metallic gray accents here on the bottom. On the left side, you have your audio multimedia controls. On the right side, you have your cruise control. This does have adaptive cruise control as well as Subaru's eyesight assist. So much of the most advanced systems from Subaru are available on this vehicle. On the back side, you'll find the paddle shifters for the CVT type transmission, which does have 8 simulated gear ratios. Automatic headlights with fog lights, like I mentioned. You do have your regular wiper stalk. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge dimming, and that is pretty much going to be it on this exact vehicle. More of that faux carbon fiber trim, gray accents around the vents, but a mostly hard touch black textured dashboard. Coming over here to the infotainment system, this is going to be one of the new aspects offered on the Crosstrek, and that is the larger 11.6-inch infotainment system, which does have built-in climate controls at the bottom. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with this screen itself, but it does have a lot of information, including the app integration, radio, media, wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, and you can control some of the other car information from here as well. You can see it does have Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs. There's travel link weather alerts. Some of your traction control and vehicle hold is done through the screen itself, so there's no physical buttons for that. But overall, like I said, you do have some of your climate controls that are integrated all the time permanently to the bottom of the screen, in addition to some hard touch buttons. So on the left, you have your volume and power knob. On the right, you have a dedicated tune knob. You have your defroster functionality, your dual zone automatic climate control. Temperature selection buttons are on the left and right, but all of the other menu buttons are in the middle in this digital portion right there. This one does have the wireless charging pad option. You can turn that on and off with that power button right there. Auxiliary port and USB ports, which is unique. So you have a 3 amp USB-C and a 2.4 amp USB-A. You don't see auxiliary ports too often, so that is good to see if you're in that kind of category of people that still use that. Here's your CVT gear shift selection, which does have the simulated kind of carbon fiber gold accented boot. Heated front seats, electronic parking brake. There is a 12 volt, 120 volt outlet a little bit farther back with your integrated 2 cup holders. Nice soft touch gray accented center armrest with a good amount of storage inside. There is the proximity key for this vehicle. See just the standard kind of Subaru proximity key from recent times. Up top, you'll find a black textured headliner. Vanity illumination. It does have a little extension on the side to kind of get that gap between the mirror and the vanity. Manual dimming interior rearview mirror. SOS, information button, overhead incandescent lighting, and there is your power sunroof controls as far as that goes right there. So overall, a fairly nice interior here on the updated Crosstrek. I really do like the power seat and some of the other technology updates. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the back seat. Here in the back of the Crosstrek, we'll find many of the same materials as the driver's side front door, including the textured plastic upper. You do have a soft touch padded armrest with the gold accent stitching and a good amount of lower door storage. Seating materials do carry through to the back with the gold accents. Step in height is going to be relatively easy, although the roof height does kind of protrude just a little bit, depending on your overall height. And in terms of amenities out back, you do get 2 USB ports, one USB-C 3 amp and one USB-A 2.4 amp. No vents or anything. You do have one mat pocket on the passenger seat. Seats do fold down 60-40 split and include a center armrest with integrated cup holders, which is very nice. And the headrests themselves, unfortunately, do not fold down, but they do extend up if you do select that button on the side. So yeah, as a whole, not too many amenities. This is a 3-passenger configuration in the back if you would like to make it that. Overall legroom is very decent. I have several inches behind my rough driving position. Footroom, I'd say, is a little tight, but there is still plenty of room beneath the seat. And overall headroom is decent as well, with 1 to 2 inches for my particular body style. So not a ton of amenities, but still enough to get by, and is definitely class competitive in this overall price point. So behind the second row seats, you're going to have a good amount of cargo capacity for the overall footprint and size of vehicle. So you can see this one does have the integrated retractable cargo cover, which is great for keeping things a little bit more private. You have a little storage cubby on the right side, incandescent light here on the left or the driver's side. These almost look like cup holders in some regards, but I'm not exactly sure that's what they are. Here's the all-weather floor mat that this one has. There is the temporary spare tire and all of the roadside toolkits on either side. So you can see not really any underfloor storage, which is a little bit of a hit in this vehicle, but I would say overall not too bad in the storage compartment. And like I said, the seats do fold down 60-40 split. So that is much like most other compact SUVs currently on the market. So not bad in terms of overall car capacity. Now wrapping up here on the passenger front seat, obviously materials are going to be the same as the driver's side. You have a 4-way manual passenger seat, so no height adjustment. There's a better look at the dashboard. Glove box is going to be damped. It does not have any illumination, but is a very, very good size. You can see all the original literature in there. So there's plenty enough room for that and a little bit left over as well. So let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of the Crosstrek Sport, you'll find the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated Subaru Boxer engine with the automatic stop-start abilities. This puts out 182 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque through Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system and a lineartronic CVT type transmission with 8 simulated gear ratios, which you can select on the backside of the steering wheel. But as a whole, if you want to know my full driving impressions, make sure to check out the dedicated video here on the channel and stay tuned for a future date when I actually have some more time with this exact vehicle itself. So that's going to do it for my quick walk around tour of the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Sport here in this nice exterior blue color with all the gold accents. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. Greatly helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and stay tuned for additional content coming here from the Mama Fall Fest 2023. Keep an eye out on the channel for those videos coming shortly. They're actually vehicles that are very similar in size to this one, hint, hint. So make sure to check those out. Very exciting stuff. All new to the market in one case, and one does go through a heavy refresh. So this overall segment of vehicle is definitely getting updated for 2024, and like the Crosstrek is all new itself. And if you're curious about my overall driving impressions here about the Crosstrek, make sure to check out the separate dedicated video that I will go ahead and link in a card up in the corner, where I take this for a quick drive, give you my overall first impressions, and just how it is to drive with the larger 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. And again, this is the first time I've actually been behind the wheel of this vehicle out on the roadway. And really, I don't spend too much time with Subarus itself. So is a fairly interesting video. Definitely check that out if you're interested. But overall, make sure you guys stay tuned for additional videos here from the Fall Fest. As always, I appreciate the support and hope to see you guys in the next one.